Welcome, welcome, Virgos, Sun and Rising, and all the masculine and feminine energies that are taking on Virgo. And what's coming to mind is, if you're wondering if you're energetically taking on a Virgo, what is your vision? Okay? So, vision is not just your eyes, but how your heart, your physical body, and your emotions are all aligned to connect to that vision, or like that vision board I'm getting in my mind's eye to go after. Angels numbers 666 and 44 came up before recording for you guys. So I will put those two angel numbers in the description box below. Okay? So we're going to get started. Present gift for Virgos. Present gift for Virgos for mid-June 2019. Sacred. What is sacred? The sacred energy. Sacred energy. Sacred energy. Sacred energy. Okay. When energy is Virgo. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. First card, or first book. Gemini. Wow. So, whenever you get a chance, Virgos, look at Gemini's reading. Your heart is driving you to take some action. So spiritually, your actions is looking at what you want to be known. What is to believe? What is believed about? Use the quickest way. Gemini is all about that go action. So that would explain why the number 666 came into mind. A lot of times people think that's a bad number or a bad number. So cool. I used to live on 666. And every time I used to tell my friends, like, you know, when you want to bring your friends over, they're like, oh, let's go to your house. And I would be nervous to have them come to my house because of the number. And I said, okay, I can't be scared anymore. I might as well just let them know, right? So it's like, come on, let's go to your house. So we went there, and they had looked at the building 666. They looked at me like, I should know something about you, right? I was like, please, that's a number. But it has a significance because of the omen behind that number. A lot of times people think 666 is about Satan. And it's like, well, if Satan was bad, then how did God have this beautiful angel? And first of all, the angel was beautiful. Part of a choir, conducted the choir, created music and the things that we know now. So why would God have this energy or entity as a negative? And it's like, just because a person or an energy, if we had to translate that energy as a person, when we turn bad, or that notion of turning bad, right? Who creates that? Who says, oh, now you're bad, based on what you do? Or that what had to take place for a person to dislike what you're starting? That's a person's opinion. That doesn't mean that who you are is negative. That's just my mind's eye. I wanted to give that. When I say mind's eye, is the creator outside and within me. Angels, ancestors that passed over to the spiritual realm, and even your ancestors that are giving me advice and answers to things that we are not assured in. So, what you want to be known, what is it that you want to be known for? For me, that gave me that example, because a lot of people will look at the number and say that's a negative number and it tells about you as a person. But we all have a light and shadow side. We all have the sun in our lives and the night in our lives. We all have the good and the not so good. When people see the not so good, do they think it's not good? A lot of times the not so good is actually necessary. It makes us human. When we got to protect somebody, we have to show that not so good nature. Does that mean that you're a problem? No. That's just to think about. And the quickest way, so what do you want to be known for? And what is the quickest way in which you can create that or groom yourself into that? And what is to believe? What do you believe? Your belief is what you know. Wow. So both are actions. So you're going to be taking action. Yeah. Spiritually, your feelings, attitudes from the past. Use your intuition about. So Gemini and Cancers are the two that you may want to look at through the doorway. Check them out. Your feelings. When we think about feelings, what is that describe by a physical action? When I feel flirtatious, I would have to not just use my wording, but my actions, like how I feel in expressing myself to another. That's just an example. Where if I'm digging somebody, or I'm feeling somebody, you know that term, I'm feeling you, right? Or when you feel somebody, that feeling translates into a physical expression, either through how you look at that person while talking to them, what do you wear to let this person know that you're feeling them, how even you walk. When you feel good about yourself, don't you have a different walk about you? Don't you feel adventurous to try the things that you might have felt that may come off as like, oh, that's a little foolish. Why would you do that? But no, it's not foolish, because it's a facet of who you are. What is your attitude in relation to that? Like when you are feeling someone, or when you're feeling like doing something, asking yourself why. It's a particular type of attitude. Again, one attitude is flirtatious. Another attitude is, are you aggressive? How are you aggressive? Like, do you just wait on the sideline, or do you, go after what you want? Are you adventurous, or do you like to fill the air out and then go accordingly? So all these things have a pattern to how you go after things based on your past history in that element. Whenever you wanted to go after things, how did you go after it? How did it make you feel when you did it in that type of physical action? And is that something that you want to resurrect or connect to once more? It's like, what is your character like? What kind of character? And character doesn't mean like it's just from a story. It's like who we are as a person. We are so complex that we have different characteristics. So again, what is the characteristics that you want to connect to? Or we're going to see where that comes out. So your present. Wow, the arts. That explains why. The quickest way, or what you believe in. What is the arts to you? The arts to me is this right here. Reading books, connecting to astrology. I'm at awe at seeing, based on a person's number, are they connected to their sign astrology by the way they are? I've been trying that recently. Like this seeing, because again, when we think about, for example, astrology for me, it's based on numbers. Like your birth date, your month, those are numbers. So based on your number, I can get a understanding of who you can be. And when I ask somebody their astrology sign, they look at me like, I don't want to give that. That's kind of weird still. And so I found a quickest way to figure that out by asking them numbers. So even when I ask them numbers that they would never think could match to who they are, astrology or by their sign, it actually does. But it's a method in how I'm figuring that out that makes it of interest for both me and another. So, what is an art to you? What are you good at? I mean, what do you feel ecstatic to do? What do you feel like every time you do it is always an amazement? It's always an adventure. And how does that tie to that? Is it instruments that you connect to? Is it your voice that you connect to? Is it physically art? Or is anything that you can do is an art? How you talk, how you communicate, how you coordinate clothes, how you answer people, how you, whatever you do that feels like, all right, that's what I am. That's what you want to bring out, especially in the month. Oh, okay, so you've been feeling this in Gemini season, which is now. But in July, which is Cancer season, you're going to show that more. But in order for you to show that more in July, you're seeing how your presence and who you are would be presented or prepared for that. Okay? Male and female. So if this is another person that you feel connected to, you don't want to feel any longer that disconnect. You want each other to look each other in the eye. When you met, you didn't meet like this. You had to meet face to face at one point. What was your attitude then when y'all were meeting face to face? How did y'all feel when y'all met each other? What clothes were y'all wearing when y'all met each other? What was you doing in your lives when you were face to face with another person before you had to turn your back to this person? The next thing that's coming into my mind's eye that your ancestors want me to tell you guys is, it's nothing wrong with tapping into your masculine nature. Masculine energy is all about how you move physically. Like, what do you want to, well, it may sound weird. What do you want to monopolize on? What do you want to move in? What do you want to make happen? The feminine aspect is, how do you formulate those plans? When you have a movement, you got to have a formula. Like, okay, if I want to flirt, goes back to flirting. If I want to flirt, what would I have to wear to show that I want to flirt? It would have to be different than what you will normally wear to show even another person, including yourself, the difference. how you sound. Are you always forward in your talking? And then when you feel someone, you start to be lighter in how you talk to another person? Or if you were lighter in how you normally talk to show another person that you feeling them, you might go forward in how you speak, like that forward dialect. All these plays a part. Masculine, you can tap into your feminine energy, which is all about what do you want to make as a foundation too? What do you want to face head on in a way that feels right? It's all about what feels right. Masculine, you like to move, but do you connect it to what feels right when you're moving in it? So masculine, you can tap into your feminine energy as well. Feminine, you can tap into your masculine energy. It's now that time to become both. Innately become, accept, that's what it is. Accept that we are both. Just because I'm a feminine, guys, doesn't mean that I don't tap into my masculine energy. When I want something, I go after it. A lot of times people say, oh, that you acting like a man. How is that? Maybe that is true now. And then when I accept that I'm also effeminate while doing it, then that meant that both are in alignment. And now I'm aware of that. But at one time I was ashamed of it. So this is not the time to be ashamed of merging both your masculine and feminine energies together into one. Okay? Spirituality and religion. So you are the light. You are in alignment. Right? In alignment, that means you are enlightened. What are you enlightened in? It taps into your spiritual side, which is what does your soul have you search for when you had to understand. Even though, for example, I was born into Christianity, I had to even break down what kind of Christianity. I was born into Episcopal Baptist spiritual religion, right? Yet my spiritual side connected me to Egyptian texts, to Buddhism, and how to connect all things and accept all things by even the Kundalini, Kama Sutra, Tantra. How do that connect to ourselves on a spiritual level? Even connecting to Mother Earth and seeing that her name is Gaia, and understanding the goddess energy. Because I was a female, like getting Isis as my guide, and Inanna. Wow, understanding pathology in a way where it really connected to why, when I looked at my religion, when I was born into, it made sense. Because they are entwined together. Else we would have had a card or a book that says spirituality and then another one that says religion. Both SR, RS. Even in the alphabet, R comes before S. Yet in order for us to know the religion, we would have to know the source of where a religion comes from. So you are going within to see that you don't have to separate those concepts, just like the masculine and feminine. You do not have to divide it. You can entwine it together. Orphan. You have experienced being isolated before, or figuring out, or experience looking at things this or that. It's like always being in contact with situations where you have to say, should I do this or should I do that? Now you're seeing that being both gives you that aura of who you are. If you ever felt abandoned, or if you are ever experienced being abandoned in life, it was not to cause you or make you feel ashamed. It was to prepare you to be more strong in how to survive. How do we know how to survive when an authority figure or person that protects us, says you are on your own. You must fend for yourself. Even when you look at animals, when they're groomed, what does the mother and father do? They set them free. Like, they are not around them to see what does their young cubs or the young children do when they're faced with being alone. And a lot of times you will come off feeling a little like unsure. But then when you realize that who you are is enough to survive, then you become stronger. That's the same thing in your life. You have to face being alone and being put in situations where you have to figure things out on your own, so that way you could become self-sufficient. A lot of people are not. And that's, to be self-sufficient is scary for others. This is why they come to you, to get those answers of how to be. So, you are the Hierophant. Wow. You are order. Yes, but you could be thinking about, what does it mean to be married? What does it mean to groom for marriage? You have another person here that you feel entwined with to take that next step. Even if you're not with someone, before you meet another person, what would you want to be with yourself? How do you, if you had the opportunity to become your own marriage material, like we always say, you're wifey material, you husband material, what does that mean to you? And how do you act in that accordance? Because those are the things that you're changing. What you are expressing is, you're not holding in your emotions. Yes, you have that magnetism for another, even for yourself. Yes, you have resources. And yes, you cut through the heart to the truth. But now it's reversed to tell you that you know you have this ability. But do you show that you're a magnet? Do you show that you are truthful? Do you show that you can have that resources? How is another person seeing the sacred side? Queen of Pentacles, or no, Queen of Cups. So, this person definitely is connected to caressing you. They definitely like caressing you in a way that feels very nurturing. But yet, you are in control of how you give off that emotion, that expression. You are a queen. This person looks at you as a queen. If masculine, this person looks at you as a king. And when we are with someone that is our counterpart, submissive or being submissive or submitting is sacred. It's not silly. It's the most sensual thing you can do. In reverse, they're wondering, do you see this parts of yourself, that passionate part, that where you are popular, where you are that person that everyone wants to be around? The Tower. They may be facing, or whoever is around you, Virgos, they want this union, but it can require a situation where a third party or another person may be angry because they're not able to share that type of moment anymore. So even if you moved on with somebody and you're connecting with somebody, was it a connection that was clear? Meaning, when y'all met with each other, did y'all have any loose ends that should have been let go in the most light, loving way, so no one comes behind your back to stab you in the back later on? Let's find out why that is. What is the Tower moment? And the Four of Cups. Four Cups. So, you can embrace an opportunity to be with another person and share that passion, share that path with, share your problems with. Share every aspect of yourself with this one person. It's all about being, okay, what's coming into my mind, monogamous. It's nothing wrong with having third parties. However, if it's not where everybody knows each other and it's always unanswered questions, that could lead into that tower moment that we just seen, where the third party will feel angry because they weren't accepted into the situation. They were always on the outside and then had to figure it out on their own, alone. Who wants to figure things out like that on their own and alone? So it's in reverse. So you are experiencing that you can have an opportunity with a person that is your partner, your soul partner, that one, like that is the one for me, and he's the one for me, or she's the one for me. But until you really accept that and prepare your life accordingly to that, then it's always going to be problems in both you and this person's way. The tower is connected to, again, wands. So you know what you want, Virgos. You know how you want to be treated. You know what you want. Look at that. What you want to be known. You know what you want. You know who you want to be known for and with. You have that passion, but it's like, are you preparing yourself to receive it? Are you making sure everything is in order so that way you can be with this person? It's like, what do they say? Before you get into a relationship, you don't want to bring in baggage or patterns that can create. So your person recognize that they experience third-party situations with you and that they share their emotions with you and another person. They don't want that anymore. But if they do celebrate, if you notice, even though it's 3 cups, it's 2 mammals there. The third one is lurking behind. So again, this person is behind, but it's 2 people in front. So turning this 3 of cups, because everybody's emotionally invested in this. But now it's something about monogamy. They want to experience that 2 of cups, that love for just you and you for them. So yes, you can celebrate. This person feels like you are a celebration with them, that they do think about weddings and graduations and birth announcements and the need to have more fun. But yet that is starting to weigh down. That's starting to become tiresome. And they want something that is more fulfilling for both you and them. How you feel is this, wow, the 6 of Earth. So this is your number, 6. This is why I'm telling you guys about the number 666. You know that you want to have an equal exchange of resources, yes, but equal exchange of, if you know that you see a person successful, you want to be your own success. If you see a person that is physically attractive, you want to show that you are physically attractive. If you see that a person that you're attracted to is outgoing, you want to bring out your outgoing nature too. It's like now you're starting to see that, wow, I want to be synchronized to being my own success, being my own sensual nature, being my own seductive nature, showing that I can stand tall, showing that I can see beyond even things that may cause the sadness when sharing my environment with a person. So now it's time to prepare. So gifts of money, time or effort, new career opportunities. So in order to get this person you seek, changing your career you're thinking about, you're looking at how to even be promoted in the career that you already have. And again, become that popular person. Receiving a loan or paying off debts. So again, like that past baggage, like, okay, I don't want to have to worry, or I don't want my partner to have to worry about, is my credit score good like theirs? How do I sustain money? Is it successful, or does it have some stagnation that I need to start sorting after? So again, if you're looking at marriage, you're looking at these things not because this is some seasonal thing, but because it's starting to really matter. So until we meet again, if this reading resonates with you, press the like button, share, and subscribe. I leave, for now, right now, a token of a text in each zodiac sign description box. Look within. Because soon I'm going to stop doing that, because I feel every zodiac sign knows what they want to seek. I'm just a vessel here to vocalize what could be in your mind's eye, and you want to, it's like having a friend there, or having a family member, a person that you could go to and say, look, this is how I feel. And then realizing how you feel doesn't make sense, but sometimes we need that other person there. Now, I'm starting to see that everybody knows who they are. It's now knowing that you know. Okay, so for right now, before we get into July, I'm going to leave text, treasurable text, in the description box for like a gift from me to you. But once July hits, now I'm just going to be reading books, because you're ready. We're all ready. So if this reading resonates with you, press the subscribe button. Leave in the comment box below in what way does it connect to you, or and what do you want to see in your world, or how I describe you guys as Virgos and energy. Am I correct, or do I need assistance on that? And I'm all about learning too. So I'm so honored to read the Akashic Records with you. We will see you on the other side.